welcome to State of Business on Art Television. I'm Hishain Ali and let's have a look at the headlines first. Branding the local tourism should be done by the government, says no hotelier. Purchasing of luxury vehicles for public officials should be regulated, stresses election monitoring body. News in detail. Theme Resorts and Spas reaches another milestone in Ayurveda and hospitality industry, opening its latest Ayurveda and yoga retreat middle of a beautiful organic garden and paddy fields at Sigiri recently. The management of the Theme Resorts and Spas says that main attraction of their latest innovation is preparing and serving all meals for their guests after consulting with an in-house Ayurvedic physician who prescribes the meals in accordance with the predominant and secondary dosha conditions of one's body. The newest Ayurveda and yoga retreat, Ayurveda, inaugurated by the Duchess of Rutland, Emma Manners. The Duchess, who was on an Ayurvedic wellness tour in the country, was the first guest at Ayurveda to experience the miracles of Sri Lankan Ayurveda Panchakarma, Buddhist meditation and yoga. Following the successful journey of Ayurveda Veligama, the second addition to the Ayurveda series by Theme Resorts and Spas Group, Ayurveda, is introduced as a well worth investment of time, research and innovation that redefines Ayurveda tourism of Sri Lanka. Picturesquely perched in the midst of captivating countryside scenery, Ayurveda is located in the heart of the cultural triangle about 170 kilometers away from the capital city of Sri Lanka. In designing Ayurveda, Theme Resorts and Spas has opted for earth-bag construction, which are capable of meeting the structural needs with the lower energy and material consumption. The retreat is purely built with reused polypropylene bags filled with moist subsoil that contains enough clay to become cohesive when tamped, and eco-bricks stacked to create structure. These reused polypropylene bags are then torn out and carefully disposed before the walls are covered with clay and then burned to secure and strengthen the structure. Other than that, Ayurveda also offers a range of treatments to their guests after one-on-one consultation with the in-house Ayurvedic physician who determines the predominant and secondary forms of energy that constitutes in the body. The interior of the accommodation, comprising of 10 rooms, reflects the traditional Sri Lankan nonchalant village dwelling, providing a comfortable living space for the guests experiencing the healing of their body and mind. Each room is built camouflaged in nature, facing the direction of sunrise, adding some vibration to help one break away from the banalities of day-to-day life. The chairman and managing director of Connaissance de Ceylon and Theme Resorts and Spas, Chandra Wickramasinghe, exclusively speaking to the State of Business by Art Television, said that expecting everything from the government in any industry cannot be accepted, but branding the local tourism in Sri Lanka should be done by the respective governments as it earns a good income for the country.
We can't accept everything from the government sometimes. Government had facilitated us on certain ways. Sometimes they have given us land, sometimes they have given us special concessions with the banks. One thing, but global tourism campaign, image branding has to be done by the government. So last 4.5 years, 5 years, it had not happened. So now I think government to take it very serious and do some important promotional work in the producing countries. Actually, we have done one Ayurveda hotel, pure vegetarian and Ayurveda hotel resort in Valigama. It was very successful and we have got very good clientele to that. So they are also looking forward to come out from the beach and to a center or cultural triangle where they can mix up with a lot of cultural activities with Ayurveda. So this is our aim and target is to get the people here to take a break out from their day-to-day life and get out of a little bit of stress and actually well-being and do a little bit of vegetarian way of life and also divinities, like it's like bit of to do with mythology or Hinduism.
President Gotabaya Rajapaksa engaged in an inspection tour at the port city Colombo yesterday. President's media division announced that construction of the building complex in Colombo Port City will commence in the middle of this year at a cost of $15 million and the first phase is expected to be completed by 2023. President Gotabaya Rajapaksa inspected the port city Colombo yesterday, where China Communication Construction will spend $1.4 billion for the reclamation activities and infrastructure facilities of the port city. President's media division said that as the attention was drawn to the plan of the port city during the National Law Conference held under the patronage of President Rajapaksa recently, and he made this inspection tour following the above event. A special committee had been appointed to study legal drafts related to the reclaimed land. A special economic service zone will also be declared following the adoption of the same by Parliament, and it will be the first ever dedicated economic zone for services. The Port City project is being implemented under a tripartite agreement between the Ministry of Urban Development Authority and China Communication Construction. According to the agreement reached between the Sri Lankan government and Czech Port City Colombo in October last year, all 269 hectares of reclaimed land will be owned by the Sri Lankan government, with 91 acres for public use, 62 acres of commercial use, and 160 acres to be leased by the UDA to Czech Port City Colombo on a 99-year lease for a further development. The exorbitant sums of money spent on the luxury vehicles used by the people's representatives of the previous government created a social debate over the past few days. Meanwhile, commending President Gotabaya Rajapaksa's decision to suspend the purchase of new vehicles for ministries and institutes, election monitoring body PAFREL provides suggestions for the President to formulate a mechanism to prevent persistent misuse of public funds on purchase of luxury vehicles. PAFREL stresses that the use of luxury vehicles at exorbitant prices by the people's representatives is not a healthy situation for a country like Sri Lanka, which is not economically stable and presently depends largely on foreign debts for its survival. PAFREL also says that there will not be a public protest on using a reasonably comfortable vehicle by politicians and government officials who are expected to travel in many parts of the country to execute their social responsibilities. But it urges the President to pay attention on formulation of a suitable mechanism to prevent persistent misuse of public funds on purchase of luxury vehicles. Moreover, PAFREL is in the view that the circular suggested to issue a circular specifying the maximum amount that can be spent on the purchases of vehicles for people's representatives, the circumstances under which the existing vehicles can be replaced with new vehicles, and the maximum number of vehicles that can be used at any given time must specifically indicate the number of vehicles that can be used by the key categories of people's representatives and public officers. Circular must clearly show the number of vehicles that can be used by the elected representatives, the governors, the chairmen and directors of public corporations, and both senior government officials, including secretaries to the ministries and other government officials who are entitled to official vehicles, PAFREL further stated. Stay tuned for more news right after this commercial break. Welcome back after the break. As a measure to improve the quality of the annual report and accountants of public sector organizations in Sri Lanka, the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Sri Lanka is now accepting applications from public sector organizations for the Best Annual Report and Accounts Award Competition 2020. The competition, organized by the Association of Public Finance Accountants of Sri Lanka, the public sector wing of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Sri Lanka, has become an important platform aimed at helping improve the quality of annual reports and accounts issued by the public sector organizations, while also helping enhance transparency, accountability, and good governance practices within the sector. Public institutions classified under the 9 categories, including ministries, departments, provincial councils, universities, municipal and urban councils, Pradeshia Sabhas, foreign and funded projects, and non-commercial statutory boards and funds can submit their application for this year's competition. The closing date for applications is 31st March 2020. Interested public sector organizations must submit their annual reports for the year ending 31st December 2018 with the audit report, performance report, and accounts to APFASL 30A, Malasekara Mawatha, Colombo 7 before the closing date. IdeaMart for Women and SatinMag.com have come forward to empower women through successful entrepreneurship and to launch a unique concept that recognizes and fosters women engaging in the digital and tech space. The initiative, named as TechLear, seeks to empower women by imparting expertise and knowledge needed to build a successful online business in the digital space, which will be done through training and mentoring and will culminate with an awards ceremony that will feed the most engaging and dynamic women-owned digital businesses. The initiative will provide knowledge sharing and networking workshops and sessions for women across the island in selected locations and will include several modules from business mentoring to understanding how a business works and building a business successfully online. Commenting on the initiative, Managing Director, Satin Magazine, Naomini Veerasurya, said that women in tech and digital space is a concept that is gaining tremendous ground globally. She also added that the initiative is a unique venture that opens doors for women to make use of cutting-edge technology in building a low-cost yet highly effective business model for entrepreneurship. Sammani Kusaladarman, lead of the IdeaMart for Women, says that TechLear will be a unique platform for women to build a business online. She also added that participation of women at all levels, from those who have not started a business to those who have already started and are looking to reach the next level of growth, are encouraged to participate. The organizers said that TechLear winners will receive funding, marketing opportunities and will be known as certified for digital excellence in their business. Those interested in participating in the TechLear can contact IdeaMart for Women or SatinMag.com on social media. President of National Chamber of Commerce of Sri Lanka, Asela de Oliveira, stresses that youth can play a massive role to achieve rural transformation on espousing technology and innovative methods. Speaking at the official launch of the youth wing of the National Chamber of Commerce held in Colombo recently, Asela de Oliveira also stressed that the youth should handle the millennial issues positively in order to make optimistic change in the society.
I am sure that this youth forum of the National Chamber of Commerce of Sri Lanka will lead the nation's response to many changes in our business world. We need the energy and the potential of the youth to achieve rural transformation through agro-food and related activities. Furthermore, the younger generation of today is the first generation to live in a planet profoundly transformed by climate changes, diseases and calamities. This is an age of conflicts which only you could find solutions. Solutions are more than challenges if you think in a positive way. You are young as well as innovative and should be more optimistic than our generation.
Encouraging the young representatives of the National Chamber of Commerce Youth Forum, NCC President Asela de Oliveira also shared his expertise as to how the nation's low productivity can be raised by the youth participation.
Our nation's productivity is still very low, be it agriculture or industry, and there is a lot of room to improve this by innovation and new technology. We would like you to go into some activities which will help our MSMEs, especially in the outstation, who will need your assistance in marketing, finding finance, improving packaging, etc. So let's work together, learn together and contribute together to build a dynamic set of youth for a better Sri Lanka.
Stay tuned for stock updates. Welcome back after the break. Trading at Colombo Stock Exchange ended on a negative note today. The all-share price index dropped 14.94 points to close at 5,814.27 and the S&P SL20 dropped 4.41 points to close at 2,768.85. The turnover was 439 million rupees and over 19 million shares were traded. Up next are forex rates. will wrap up today's news. Don't forget to send us your views and comments via email address and our hotline. And log into our Facebook page to be alert on the latest updates. Join us tomorrow with State of Business. Until then, take care. Good night.